Now, if you know anything about the terrifying world of the SCP Foundation, you'll know that entries titled XK Extinction Level Event is usually tantamount to what is otherwise known as a very bad thing. If you've seen our recent End of the World Theories video, you'll know that our reality is jam-packed full of scientific calamities that can make this whole thing go boom. But fiction has the privilege of imagining the most painful and excruciating ways that the world can end. So, let's take a look, shall we? Hello horror fans and welcome back to the Scariest channel on YouTube, Top 5 Scary Videos. As always, I'll be your horror host, Jack Finch, as today we peer back through the terrifying archives of the SCP Foundation and take a look at the top 5 SCPs that can end the world. Roll the clip. For those of you that are curious, that clip was from the awesome 2012 release, The Cabin in the Woods, and I have nothing more to add other than the fact that it is a fantastic movie, and if you haven't seen it yet, you should. Without further delay, let's slide on in. Kicking off at number 5, SCP-2317, and I'm sure you'll all appreciate this fact, but this video is going to have a lot of jumbled numbers throughout because you know that's how catalogue systems work, right? Well, let me introduce you to SCP-2317, which is the perfect way to demonstrate the levels of secrecy that the SCP Foundation operates. So much so that depending on what level of security clearance you have, the more you'll know about 2317, and the more you'll realise how absolutely screwed we'd all be if it ever got out. Essentially, SCP-2317 is a locked wooden door that leads to an alternate reality. Inside that reality is a demonic, anomalous entity that swallows planets whole, yet is supposedly locked away by 7 bones of another of its own species, binding it in a ritual that by all accounts will prevent the end of all existence. The thing is though, 6 of those bones are broken, and now there's only 1 of those bones preventing it from escaping. The Foundation goes to great lengths to fabricate a ritual which involves human sacrifice, which it tells its lower ranking staff will prevent said end of the world. Spoilers though, it doesn't, and all it does is serve as a way to mentally distract everyone from the inevitable end of all life. Whew, heavy stuff. Coming in at number 4, SCP-2399. Now, it's important to note that there's a slim chance that SCP-2399 won't be a world-ending catastrophe after all, and its intentions are to simply land on Earth and usher in a new age of technological prosperity. But really guys, would we ever want to take that risk? Because I wouldn't. In short, SCP-2399 is a massive alien continent-sized complex mechanical structure that was on course for Earth before it was caught in the gravity of Jupiter's moon of Io, causing it to become stranded on the gas giant, automatically activating its self-defense protocols, resulting in what is now known by astronomers as the Great Red Spot. Now, SCP-2399 constantly dispenses fleets of small drones that slowly repair it, and as far as the latest update goes, it's nearly ready for completion. The thing is, it's encased in an indestructible force field that the Foundation currently has no way of even denting or even scanning to figure out what the hell is going on underneath there. Their latest plan was known as Protocol Legionnaire, which essentially was firing a volley of nuclear warheads enough to wipe out civilization 1,000 times over. And guess what? Not even a dent. Whatever's under there has got the Foundation spooked and in all likelihood will result in the end of the world as we know it. Hey, that's a song, right? Next up at number 3, SCP-3003. If any of you have a fear of the uncanny, then this one's for you, because if the thought of being parasitically overthrown by a sentient alien bug sends shivers down your spine, then let me introduce you to SCP-3003, otherwise known as the end of history. Essentially, 3003 is an Earth-sized planet 208 light years away from our Earth, but aside from distance, is near identical to our own. However, it possesses a population of over 30 billion and is exponentially more technologically advanced than our civilization, down to one small but significant difference. SCP-3003 is controlled by a beetle-like organism that parasitizes human life and wants to bring Earth under its influence. Because of its ability to enslave human life under its hive mind, the planet of SCP-3003 has become highly advanced and is nearly at the point of becoming an interstellar civilization, where it will arrive on Earth and infect us all with its mind-controlling amoeba-like organisms. The thing is though guys, the 30 billion humanoids already under its control are possibly the happiest people in the universe. They're healthy, they're happy, they don't partake in violent behavior and abstain from military conflict. They have a resistance to pain and diseases and are genetically engineered to be the best spacefaring species that they can be. But they also lack all semblance of free will and self-determination, so get the hell away from my brain, you damn alien bug. Swinging in at number 2, SCP-3007. Whew! This one's a doozy. And SCP-3007 is what is known in the Foundation as an info hazard, a Keter class info hazard, which in other words means it's really bad. An info hazard by nature wants to be spread via knowledge and awareness, and as we all know, you can't kill an idea. Essentially, 3007 is a simultaneous dream that people have, which exhibits them walking through a strange world, not unlike our own. If they're injured in that world, they're injured in real life. If they die, they die. And there's an entity imprisoned within it that wants nothing more than to bleed out into our world to do the same. It's known as the Red. Now, there's a lot to this skip, and the canon surrounding it is very intricate, but essentially, the Red is an anomalous entity that attached itself to a highly advanced alien civilization that had reached space exploration and stumbled upon it. Over hundreds of years, it used this unfortunate civilization as its plaything, twisting and contorting them into monstrosities and warping their world for its own sadistic pleasure. And guess what? It wants to do exactly the same to our world and is slowly luring people to its awareness through the power of dreams. Currently, the only way to contain this spread is to terminate all people who become aware of the info hazard, and as far as plans concerned, there is none. Oops. And finally, at our number 1 spot, SCP-001 SDL. Alright, as far as fiction goes, SCP-001 When Day Breaks is one of the most masterful and horrifying stories told throughout the entire Foundation, and it's a testament to exactly what the SCP multiverse can produce. Now, there's no clear definition on what SCP-001 is, and instead there are over 30 different proposals which keep the whole thing ambiguous. One of those proposals is SDL, or When Day Breaks, and it gives a whole new meaning to Don't Go Into the Light. Essentially, SDL is an extinction level event where the sun has turned everyone on Earth into an amorphous goo, which still retains its sentience and essentially reduces Earth's population to malevolent flesh zombies. What is left is a bleak, inhospitable world for its survivors, people on the edge of existence, roaming the wasteland, trying to stay in the shadows and avoid the roaming hordes of melted flesh zombies. What makes it worse though is that the amorphous goo has a tendency to combine into each other, meaning that a large bulk of the 7 billion people on the planet have become burbling, breathing masses of sentient, fleshy goo, and they want you to join them to step out into the light and be melted by the sun. Whew. I'd take regular zombies any day. Well, there we have it folks, our list for the top 5 SCPs that can end the world. Before we depart though, let's read out some of your more creative comments from over the past few days. Alexandria Rodriguez says, if you put a milkshake in the yard and crack a cold one out back, which one will the boys go to? Bloody hell, that's a difficult question. I'm gonna say milkshake, then a cold one to wash it down. I don't know. Sorry. Chia Edit says, what happens if you punch SCP-096 without looking at the face? Well buddy, I wouldn't implore you to try, but if you manage to pull off a punch like that, you've got my eternal respect. Also, you'd probably just make it angry, then it'd eat you. So don't go punching shy guys in the face, please. Well, on that note, horror fans, cheers for sticking around all the way to the end. If you're a fan of this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, ding that subscribe bell, and we'll be seeing you in the next one. As always, I've been your host, Jack Finch. You've been watching Top 5 Scary videos, and until next time, you take it easy.